Alright, what's up you guys? Never would have thought a year and a half after I bought a capture card I'd be at E3, but here I am. So how do I feel? I'm in a new city by myself. It's the first time I've ever moved somewhere on my own, ever, in my life. And I have mixed feelings about it. Like, it's mostly good. I'd say it's like 90% good. But then last night, the night before, not so good. My first experience with Sark was I saw him when Respawn first launched, and before I got a job with Machinima. I saw him as the host of Respawn for that first video. And my reaction at the time was, wait, who is he? And it wasn't like, and I don't say that like an insult. The reason I thought that is because he was so confident and funny and really talented at being an entertainer, that I thought that I had maybe missed out on him. Like, was he like the host of fucking E! Or some shitty MTV show at some point? Like, it made me think that, and that was the first time I saw him. I started this channel, well, I started uploading Call of Duty videos after I bought a capture card on this channel about a year ago, almost exactly. Actually, I bought it last year in October, so it's been about a year and a month. And around this time last year, World at War had just come out, and I was making videos of that, and there was kind of a lot of demand to see World at War videos because it was a new game. And so my channel went from like 25 subscribers from like 3 really shitty COD 4 montages to like 200 subscribers, and I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of subscribers. I mean, truthfully at the time I was like, damn, 200 people, snap. That's amazing. That's incredible that 200 people think I'm interesting. And then people started asking me to post full games because they wanted to see if I was actually good, instead of just, you know, picking highlight clips from montages. And then somebody suggested that I record a voiceover and do commentary throughout the match, and I was like, well, that's pretty nerdy, but alright, I'll do it. And I wasn't really expecting it to do it that often. It's just, you know, take a request, okay, fucking, yeah, I'll do it. But then I started doing it more often, and you guys liked them, and you asked me to do more of them, and I did. And the channel slowly started getting bigger, and bigger, and bigger. And then last month it hit 20,000 subscribers, and then now I've gotten 10,000 subscribers, or 11,000 new subscribers in the last month because of all the publicity from Machinima. My first actual in real life experience with Sark was when I had gone down to LA to talk to them initially about the possibility of working there, and I went into the offices when they were on Santa Monica. Hey, you got the message that I was here.
I got it just now. This is a real pleasure.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
The first time he visited the office, he looked like he was about to crap his pants. He looked absolutely terrified, and I'll be honest, I sort of ran with that a little bit. I was really like large and in charge. I was kind of in his face. I challenged him that day, like 1v1 me in Halo and Call of Duty. We ended up making a video of that.
It was funny because we wanted him to come in the door and be like, you know, the dominating presence, and like he was already pissed at Sark, like right when he walked through the door. And you know, almost like he was playing a bad guy, which Hutch really isn't a bad guy. So at first he wasn't quite comfortable with that, but eventually he was cool with it. He warmed up to it and was just having fun with it.
My first time meeting him, the first thing I thought was, fucking shit, this guy's tall, because I'm 6'3", nearly 6'4", and I'm not used to having to tilt my head to look up to anyone. And I mean, it happens, but most of the time it's like this if I'm talking to people, because I'm a fairly tall guy, and when I met him, he towered over me, and same with Wood. And those guys just, it's hard not to feel fucking totally emasculated and intimidated when you meet Sark. And so I met him, and he was very nice to me, and he shook my hand, and I don't think he thought much of me. And in fact, well, I don't know, you'd have to ask him. I was very I was walking into a situation where everyone that worked at Machinima had a background in film. They'd either gone to film school, they worked for G4, or they worked for some other company, and they had worked for years and years and years to get to where they had eventually landed, which was a job at a professional production company, which is what Machinima was and is. So I walked in there as a YouTuber who had no training, who was kind of good at Call of Duty and like really good at shitting out a bunch of Call of Duty videos that a lot of people watched. And that was all they knew of me at Machinima. My bosses, my co-workers, the other producers there, and Sark. And Wood. I think Wood has even come out and told me, I did not like you when we first met.
And it was me and Sark for about, I don't know the exact timeline on that, but for a couple months it was just me and him. And then they said, oh, we're gonna bring in a YouTuber. He's in our director's program named Hutch, and he's gonna work with you guys on Respawn. I didn't know anything really about it. I knew there was a director's program, but I was just concentrating on editing. So, long story short, one day it was like, all right, Hutch just come down to the office. We're gonna go meet him. So we went to the subway right around the corner from Machinima, and I just saw this lanky, heroin meth-used body walk in. I'm like, really? This is the guy you want to hire? He's clearly a drug user. But that wasn't the case. Hutch does not do drugs.
When I came down and I first met Sark, it was like so easy to get along with that dude because like as funny as he is in videos, he's probably 3 times more hilarious in real life. Like you guys miss all the funny lunch break conversations that I've definitely burned a few calories laughing my ass off with that dude.
Now, I'm sure you guys are aware, I mean, we've got a bunch of you that have subscribed. There's been a lot of Call of Duty videos submitted, and I gotta be honest, the last couple months, it's just been Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty, Call of Duty.
And he did a good job being like a mentor for me without really coming out and saying it, He just, the way that he approached it made it really, really easy to work with. Because I was fucking terrified, man. Like I still am terrified of this job from time to time. But when you work with a pro like that who makes people feel comfortable, then it's easy and it's a lot of fun too.
In order for me to kind of put this into context for you guys, I have to give you guys a little backstory on what these last couple months have been like for me. So as many of you guys know that may have been following the channel for quite a while, back in October, me and my girlfriend at the time, Julia, got a place in San Francisco together. And we were both really, really happy with that. And I think that showed on the video that I posted of the move-in day. It was one of the happiest days of my life, just moving in with this girl. And then if we flash forward to December, right around Christmas time, I found out basically the last thing that you want to find out when you're dating someone. And I'm not going to use this channel to bash anybody, but it was bad. It was really bad. And we spent about a week deciding for ourselves if we really wanted to work it out, and in the long run there was just no way that we could make it work. But needless to say, December was not the most awesome month of my life. In fact, to put it bluntly, it was probably the worst month of my life. And while all this was going on, living together and trying to figure out how to make that work, and then it ultimately not working, I had been posting videos to Machinima, and the view count that it was getting was just insane. And the channel went from 20,000 subscribers to now it's at 106,000 subscribers, which is just nuts. It's just nuts. So not even 2 days after I had come home from San Francisco, I got a phone call from Machinima offering to fly me down and talk to them in person. And so I flew down a couple weeks ago, and I got to meet Mr. Sark in person. I got to meet everybody that works there. And then I get pulled into the office by 2 guys that have, 2 guys that are up there in the totem pole. And I sit down, and they talk to me for about 5 minutes about how well my videos have been doing, and how happy they were to have me on board. And at the end of that conversation, I was offered a job. To work for Machinima. Full-time job, salary, benefits, vacation, things like that. And you have to also put into context that I've been waiting tables for the last 6 years of my life, and that was something that was like big issue for me, which was the fact that, you know, I was living well beyond my potential and hating every minute of it, you know. Now I find myself in a position where I'm sitting in front of two guys saying that what I'm doing is working, and they want me to keep doing that and keep being creative and having fun. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing with that company is I'm going to be going to different events like PAX in March. That's in Boston, and they're going to fly me out to Boston, and I'm going to go there with Mr. Sark and cover that event and talk about all the cool first-person shooters that are coming out. And when E3 comes, I'm going to be going to that and being on camera and covering that event too, and talking about cool different first-person shooters that are coming out. I mean, it's such a dream job. It's basically a dream job. And I mean, I've been watching shows like 1UP. I don't know if you guys go to that website. It's a really awesome gaming website. But I've been watching shows like 1UP Yours. I guess that was a podcast, but 1UP was their web show. It's like 30 minutes long, and you know, they're doing the things that this company wants me to do, which is going to these events, covering them, talking to publishers, talking to developers, talking about games, just having fun. And I mean, it's work, obviously, but it's a dream. I've been a gamer my whole life, and gaming has been something that has like consistently made me excited, just as excited today as I was when I was 8 years old, opening up a Super Nintendo on Christmas. And I looked at the guys at 1UP, and I looked at the guys at IGN, and I thought, man, if only, you know, like if only I could ever do something like that for a living. And here I am. And I wanted to post this video right now to let you guys know what's going on, and to say that I am so grateful for all the support that I have gotten. When I bought that capture card, when I first bought that capture card, I don't even have enough money in my account to buy it, and I deliberately overdrew my account because I was really anxious to get it and like just start making videos right away, because the idea of it really, really excited me. And to go from that, you know, is just to this is. It's a job that I've always wanted, that I've never honestly thought that I was gonna get. I mean, what did I do? I made videos, occasionally said some funny things, and so for whatever reason, you guys decided to show up and support the channel, and then pretty much turn it into the biggest Call of Duty channel on YouTube. But it's not just a Call of Duty channel. Like I spent more and more time kind of incorporating me and my personal life and my own personality into this channel, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I can't even begin to thank you guys enough for what you have done for me. And wish me luck.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. There you'll find the latest updates from our premier directors and the Machinima Respawn team.
What's up, you guys? I'm so excited. Welcome back to Respawn. I'm Mr. Sark. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking for something from me, and God, I'm so excited I finally got it. You guys, check it out. I got you a little present. Go ahead, come on, open it. Open it. Oh, you can't because you're not here. I'll open it for you. It's a Hutch! It's a Hutch! We did it! Yes! It's really hot in there. Alright, so that's it for this episode of Respawn. The first one starring Hutch and Sark. Welcome back, buddy. Thanks. Welcome back.
I don't like bows. Don't put a bow on. Don't.
Alright, so that's it for this week's episode of Respawn, you guys. First one starring Hutch. Welcome back, buddy. Thanks. Welcome. No! I think he sent us back in time. we got Junkyard. He's playing a little Battlezone from 1980. I mean now. Canada's my favorite state.
Next up, we got Obviously Jesus playing Donkey Kong Jungle Beats from 2005. Really? Next up, we got Muzza Fuzza playing.
We're so gay. It's just full on homo.
Like one of the first things I did when I started working at Respawn was, I think I kind of told myself, well, if I'm gonna be fucking crazy and we're just gonna let our personalities go in this office and kind of bounce off each other and try to make fun videos, then I'm just gonna test these guys' boundaries right away. And so I think one time Wood was like, I was kind of warming up to, how do you say it? To sort of like racist jokes to see like which boundary I could cross with him before he took me to Pound Town. But I walked in one day and he was listening to, I can't remember, jazz, I think. It was jazz, like smooth jazz. And I sat at my desk and I used to remember, like, I used to like want to make him laugh all the time because it was so much fun to get that giggly man going. And so I sat down and I just kind of looked at him and I was like, Wood, do you think you could turn that Negro music down? And like, this is within a week and a half of working there. And he just like, I'm over here to the left and he just like, he had been editing, right? Because when I first worked there, he was working on a tiny MacBook. He didn't even have it was so homebrew when we first got there. I mean, it was fun, but he was working on this tiny MacBook and he's huge. He's got this big hands and he just like, I said that. I was like, can you turn off the Negro music? And he just stops, and like looks up at his screen, and then slowly turns his head to me. And in an instant, I was confronted with my own mortality. Because in that instant, he was deciding if he wanted to destroy me or not. And he ended up laughing.
Happy Monday to you. We had a pretty kick-ass weekend ourselves. Went to the happiest place on earth, and I'm not talking about your mom's pussy. Yeah. Alright, and finally our last video of the day is coming from Chilled Chaos. He's doing a little Red Dead and he's doing a gang shootout. This video is kind of amusing. He's got a little pent-up anger towards Philip DeFranco, actually. YouTube's own Philip DeFranco. Check it out.
You can do your vlogs, Philly D. You can be special in that territory, and I'll respect you for that. But now you're doing like totally awesome, and that's when you're starting to come into my territory.
Now, Philip DeFranco's not that bad. It could be a lot worse.
What's up, forum? Chilled Chaos, that means cold chaos. I'm just kidding. Oh, no I'm not. Now this video went viral just a couple weeks ago and I'm making tons of money off of it.
See, I always knew I was going to be a success in life.
Mexican standoff? Mexicans are too lazy to stand. I'm just kidding. Oh. So tell me, forum, what's your favorite livestock to have sex with? Leave your creative and interesting responses in the comments below. Thanks for watching, forum. I'm Ray William Douchebag, and I approve this message. Doing your mom, doing your mom. You remember doing your mom. What?